Welcome back to Blake's Takes, everyone. Thanks for joining us as always. And with me, or no, I tried to switch it up and I fucked up.
Yeah.
All right.
You fucked it up.
I fucked up.
But hi guys, I'm here.
You know him. I was trying to do like a new intro, like you know him as the guy on the left, my co-host, Garrett.
Nah, if you're listening to the podcast, you know me as Garrett.
That's true. That's true. If you do listen to podcasts, you know him as Garrett. But if you watch him on TikTok, you know him as the guy on the left.
I'm the guy on the left.
Guy on the left. On your left?
Or the better looking one, you know. Take your pick.
That's still debatable.
You know, I think that does get debated.
You know what? It does get debated. Now with this fresh ass cut that I have. Ooh.
Man, I got a fresh cut recently too.
Yeah, but
yours is just a drastic change.
Yeah, mine was a drastic change.
Hey,
Also,
but originally that was me.
no, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. No, the drastic change
Oh yeah,
was
you're
originally
right.
me.
You're right. It was because I was about to say what your cut was, your drastic change. That was my original cut.
Yeah,
I used to do I was the fade guy.
I know.
I was the fade guy. All right, this is not important.
Yeah,
We're here to talk about X-Men 97. Hot topic right now
very hot topic
in the nerd Marvel geek world. Let's fucking get after it.
Probably just because of how fucking nostalgic this show has been.
Yeah,
Bro, this is bringing people back to their childhoods.
It really is. Yeah, man, ever since that intro came out, which is a fire intro, by the way.
It's really good.
Is the X-Men 97 intro the best intro out right now? I mean, I know there was obviously the original animated show
which
in the
it
90s.
took major inspiration
Right.
from.
It's basically the same thing, just a reamped version of it.
Yeah.
But now that it's back,
I mean, to be honest, I don't really think it has a whole lot of competition.
no?
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm talking about the intro itself.
Right.
Because I like the, I don't know. I feel like people just go with very simple intros these days.
Mhm.
Like, if we're just talking shows in general, Fallout was a very simple intro. Like, it just like it just said Fallout. And same with Invincible. Like, I love Invincible, but it's
Right.
like they, their classic thing where it's like, just remember, I'm cut
Invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I love. I love the way that they do that.
Yes.
But, it's not
I get what you're saying.
it's not that classic 90s look.
Man, it was a fire intro. I never skip. Also, I never skip an intro in general.
No, I try not to either.
I try not to.
Unless it's like really, nothing special.
Puts me in the mood for the show.
Yeah.
Um,
Ooh, like Daredevil, bro.
Right. Right.
Daredevil I would watch all the
Daredevil
time.
had
That's
a
a long
fire
one
intro.
too, but I would watch that shit.
See, but like a minute, like it's a minute long. It's not that long.
No, but
Game of Thrones was like 2 minutes.
Theirs is long.
But no one skipped.
Nope.
No one skipped.
Very good.
But yeah, X-Men 97. Honestly, I have never been like a huge X-Men guy. Obviously there's the original trilogy. The very first live action X-Men is kind of the beginning, the renaissance of the superhero movies, because then 2 years later we got Spider-Man, which then just, blew up the live action superhero genre, had people take it serious in the Marvel realm. Because before that, there was the 70s and 80s Marvel TV movies that looked like a cheap porno.
Yeah.
It
It was more so like the X-Men trilogy walked so Spider-Man could run.
right. Even Blade.
Yeah.
Like there's Blade,
And
X-Men,
Blade.
and then boom, Spider-Man just ran with it.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man ran so the MCU could fucking sprint.
Yeah. Yeah, I was never a huge X-Men guy. There's the original trilogy. I liked Days of Future Past a lot.
Yeah.
I
Days
love,
of Future Past is good. I like
Logan.
First Class is great.
First Class. But this made me really want to dive more into the X-Men world.
X-Men lore.
X-Men lore.
Dude, I've always found their world very interesting, especially like mutants being persecuted by the public.
Yeah.
And people are always confused about, why why do all these superheroes get persecuted against?
Right.
And why do all these superheroes get to, do these acts of heroism with like no,
like Spider-Man, Captain
Spider-Man
America.
doesn't matter. Captain America, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. But then when it comes to mutants, everybody's fucking terrified.
Yeah. Like, what's the deal?
Well, the deal is like, people are scared of the unknown. And mutants are unknown. Like, cause what's so scary to people is like, you know, anybody could be a mutant. Just about anybody.
Because they're born that way.
Yeah, they're born that way. And also it's like, they don't necessarily have to be a hero either. They can have their own agenda and do whatever they want. So I think, and then also not to mention, you know, Charles Xavier, you know, he's like, Charles Xavier and anybody who is a mutant is talking about how this is like the next generation. Like, humans are going to be gone. Like, we're the ones that are going to inherit the earth, basically. And if you're a normal person, that's terrifying to hear. You're like, damn, these people are going to run us out of business, basically. So, I mean, that is pretty scary to hear versus like all these other superheroes. A lot of them are well-known names.
Yes.
And they were well-known names before they got their powers. Some of them, or, you know, they're well-known names before they started doing all these, you know, heroic acts, blah, blah, blah. And there's like explanations as to why they got their powers.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But then you have superheroes in the Avengers like Thor, who was born a god.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, that's a well-known name though.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus, he's known throughout history.
True. Greek mythology, or Norse mythology.
This kid.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, he's from a whole nother realm. If he really wanted to, I mean, look at Loki. He was a god, and look what he brought to Earth.
I know.
So it is funny how seeing like in the comic book realm, how people are okay with all the Avengers and shit, and then when it comes to X-Men, they're like fucking freaking out.
But I mean, it definitely has to do with the identity thing, and like and you know, it just being
and
about
the ideology of the next
anybody, and like the ideology that, you know, mutants are going to inherit the earth,
right?
And then because like even Spider-Man, he has a lot of admirers, but he also has, you know, his haters, people who think he's you know, he's just a vigilante, he shouldn't be doing what he's doing, and that has to do with him hiding behind a mask.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah. I mean, but there are a lot of people who think like him. There's a reason he is so famous and popular in the Marvel universe.
All right, but overall thoughts of X-Men 97?
Fucking amazing.
Was amazing.
Definitely one of the best projects we have gotten out of Disney Plus since it got started. And love that there is a focus on animation, because I feel like that's one thing Marvel has never done as well as DC is animation. And I think this was definitely a step in the right direction.
Dude, the animation was gorgeous.
It was so good, bro.
Gorgeous.
Definitely. I'm not even an anime guy, but it was anime vibes for sure.
Yeah.
When it came to those action scenes, that shit went crazy.
Yeah. Animation was gorgeous. And what do? They fire the showrunner, the writer.
Yeah, they fire the fucking creator. I'm like, dude, I swear to God, Disney is allergic to money, just like Warner Brothers.
I don't even think there's still details of like
why
what really went behind that.
No, there's still no comments.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? That man there's definitely going to be a season 2, and I think that one's like already
in the
it's already in the works.
Process.
Yes. So that story is written and completed.
Yes.
But after that,
who knows?
Nothing. And then, you know, like, bro, this man had seasons 3, 4, and 5 like already in his brain, ready to go. Like he wanted that shit to happen. Like he wanted this to be like the restart of an X-Men franchise.
Oh.
And he's already gone.
Well, I don't know if this was in the midst of X-Men 97 doing as well as it did, but they are moving forward with a live action X-Men movie now.
Okay.
Marvel is.
I would honestly prefer to get more X-Men 97 than
for sure. I mean,
than a live action product.
They're going to be, but they are going to be pushing forward with that. And now that X-Men 97 did so well, honestly, there is going to be even a higher expectation for the live action to do well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
It's like, okay, we got it. We know you can do X-Men stories correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Do it on the live screen.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, very good show. And shout out to Alex from the Escape Pod who did call it 3 episodes in. He said this was one of the best things that the MCU has done, and if it continues as strong as the first 3 episodes did, that it will be one of the best things that the MCU has done, if not the best thing that they have done. So yeah, shout out to Alex. He called it.
Really fucking good. I will say, One of my favorite parts about this new series, though, is they let Wolverine take a backseat.
Wolverine did take a backseat.
I absolutely loved that.
You loved it.
I loved that they did that. I was like, thank you. You know, we have gotten so much Wolverine content. Not that I'm complaining. You know, obviously with the live action, like I love Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
As Wolverine, like he's such a great casting and such a great character. But I'm like, yeah, let these other people shine. Like, I feel like everybody just focuses on him so hard. Like, you think X-Men, you think Wolverine. And I'm like,
that's correct.
No, I love that, you know, Cyclops is the freaking leader, man. And he finally got to be like the main focus of this story.
And I was going to say, if you just really know Cyclops from the live action shit, he's a pushover little bitch.
I hate him.
Yeah.
You like literally that was, you know, I have never been a huge comic book reader. I wish that I was. I try and do as much research as I can, and I'll watch videos of, you know, other people that dive into the comics for me, just because it's a lot. It's a lot to get into. But yeah, like my only experience with Cyclops was the live action movies, and I'm like, holy shit, did they do this man so dirty?
Yeah.
So dirty.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, this guy was the perfect casting too. Like he was the perfect casting for that character just for him to get screwed by the writing.
Yeah. From the live action movies, you would find him to be just a very annoying character in this love triangle.
Yeah. He's like the person you're like, okay, get the fuck out of the way. So, you know, Hugh Jackman and Jean can do their thing. Like you're just the annoying third person in this love triangle. It's like, nah, bro, that's like her soulmate.
Yeah.
And Wolverine's supposed to be the bad guy that's not, you know, meant to be with
in reality,
her.
this man is probably the most level-headed guy on the team, a leader on the team.
Yeah.
And
just like overall the best morals on the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Knows how to take charge.
Yeah.
And that's what X-Men 97 did right.
Yeah. No, like I looked at him, I was like, bro, that's the fucking leader of the X-Men right there.
Yeah.
That is the leader.
Oh man, suit looked so good too.
Oh bro, oh my god, I love the costume design. And obviously like all of it was literally ripped right from the original X-Men series.
Absolutely.
And it looks so good. It looks so good. I loved that, you know, at the end of the series, they even went to the classic suits.
They did.
I was like, oh shit, we're getting the classic suits back. That was cool. However, I do like the suits that they had for the majority of the time better. Like I love Cyclops with his hair exposed and everything. I think that looks great.
And like the strap.
The strap, like the off-center strap. It looks so good.
It did. Man, another character that was just absolutely fantastic, Magneto.
Yeah.
Incredible voice acting right there.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a bad iteration of Magneto.
Michael Fassbender was really good as Magneto as well, too. I really liked him as Magneto.
I've never seen a bad iteration. Like, bro, I used to watch Wolverine and the X-Men. That was my X-Men cartoon that I watched as a kid. And I like the Magneto in that one as well.
Magneto might be the villain with the coldest lines out of any Marvel.
Bro, he really does.
That man was dropping bars in X-Men 97.
He really was.
Bars.
And I don't think... You know, I think it would be so disrespectful to have that character written poorly too. Yeah. Because he is such a deep, emotional character, especially with all the trauma and shit that he's been through.
It's such a fascinating origin story.
Yeah, like I don't know how you could write lines for that character without it being interesting, you know? It's if you manage to make Magneto a uninteresting character,
then you are
the shittiest writer on the planet.
Yeah, honestly, it seems like Charles Xavier, who was always the focus of a lot of the X-Men movies.
Yeah, no, right? I was so happy he took a backseat as well.
I think there was a lot of characters that were better than Charles Xavier in X-Men 97.
I mean, well, for one, he wasn't in it for most of it, so that definitely hurts him.
But even once he was in it, I'm like, yeah, we are getting some great highlighted scenes and dialogue from these other characters that, you know, you never really got a piece of in the live action movies at least, you know. I can't speak on the old X-Men animated shows. I mean, look, guys, it came out in the 90s. I was born in 97.
Yeah.
So it literally
it's like
was
we
born
were
as it
watching
ended.
what was, you know, playing on TV when we were growing up. It's like, you know, Disney Plus hasn't always existed, okay? We couldn't really like go back and watch all all of this stuff.
So yeah,
to be honest though, I think I might now.
Right. So yeah, we really got some great character moments from a lot of other X-Men that we usually wouldn't from live action movies.
Another thing I thought this show did really well is like I had no idea what was coming next. Like unless you knew this story from the comics, I couldn't predict what was going to happen next. Like when I saw, Scott Summers and Jean Grey or Madeline Pryor have a kid, I was like, okay, I know that's Cable.
Yeah.
That was about all I knew, to be honest. Like the whole thing with Bastion, I did not see that coming at all. Mm-hmm. Like, with Mr. Sinister, I didn't think Sinister would lead to Bastion and them working together. Mm-hmm. Magneto, I mean, I feel like this is always a struggle between him and Charles is, their ideologies about the world. But, I thought like, oh, damn, maybe Magneto like will change his ways in this series and really try to hold on to Charles's view. But, like after so many
and it seemed like he was willing to for a little bit.
No, he definitely was. Like he was going to try.
Yeah.
But, just like after all these tragedies happen, I feel like he just goes back into that like,
he was right.
But he goes back into that World War II mindset. He's like, there's no winning with these people. They just see us as the scum of the earth, and the only way is for us to take over. And I don't know. It was just interesting to see Magneto. It was interesting to see Magneto go from like, one of the X-Men team to now he's like an antagonist fighting with Charles. Yeah. While they also have Bastion going on, who's the real villain of the story.
And it's so funny that humans are so adamant on trying to put like restrictions, like a leash on these mutants because they're fucking powerful and terrifying. And it's like, how do you expect to accomplish that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just always baffling to me.
I mean, they sure as hell do a good job, man. The Sentinel program, that shit is dangerous. True. Like we see what that turns into. Mm-hmm. Like it starts off with, just these big robots that are, their main target is to, hunt down mutants, and they can identify the mutant gene in people's DNA just by looking at them. That's impressive in itself, but it's not enough. So they got to get these Sentinel Primes and then, Master Mold that eventually becomes Bastion in the future. Yes. It's wild.
All right. Here's a question I've been seeing going around a lot. Twitter, TikTok. Is X-Men 97 better than Invincible? I know my opinion on this.
Well, I got my Invincible shirt on.
Yes.
But I got the Cyclops glasses. As much as I loved X-Men 97, it's going to be Invincible for me.
I'm going to agree with you. I cannot put it above Invincible yet. Now, was his first season better of X-Men 97 better than season 2 of Invincible? Yes.
I agree. Yes, that
I can
agree
say
with,
that.
But
Season
not
1,
better than season 1.
I don't think it was better than season 1 of Invincible.
No.
Season 1 had my jaw on the floor of Invincible.
No, that was the show I just was constantly invested. Like there was not a single moment where I was not interested in what was happening next.
Because you got to remember too, I think a nostalgia factor does play into it a little bit because this was a show that came out in the 90s. A lot of people were really hyped to see this X-Men 97 show come out. So there is still a nostalgia factor in there that they're rebooting this old animated series from the 90s. As to where, Invincible had only started making their comics in 2003 and ended in like 2018. So it's still very new. Yeah. There's not that like huge nostalgia factor when it comes to Invincible. And season 1 of Invincible is still peak.
The story is just amazing. So good. Yeah. And the voice acting by J.K. Simmons and Steven Yeun just absolutely makes it. Mm-hmm. Like, not to say that there wasn't good voice acting in X-Men 97, but bro, that father-son dynamic is just so good.
So I'm going to give the edge to Invincible right now. If X-Men 97 can keep this up for a few seasons, then we'll talk.
Yeah.
But still, two fantastic animated shows.
Bro, it's a good time for animation right now.
It is honestly a good time. I will say, I will give the edge to X-Men 97 on the animation.
Oh, for sure. On the animation. Yes.
Animation was gorgeous.
Animation was sick.
So that's what I will give the edge to for X-Men 97.
And I think this show like finally displayed the full capabilities of these characters' powers, like accurately.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going based off of the movies, like the live action movies, I'm like, nah, that it does not say it all, especially when it comes to like Cyclops and Storm. Oh my God, dude.
Give him the forecast.
Gorgeous.
Give him the forecast.
Not to mention the one-liners were great.
One-liners were great.
One-liners were so good.
And I feel like superhero movies are very one-linery.
And they're cheesy in the movies.
But this
these
show,
ones hit, bro.
In this show, the one-liners went hard.
Dude, was it the first episode that he did that plane landing? I think it was it the first episode? Or was it second?
I think it was first.
Yeah, I remember I watched it at Alex's.
Yeah.
So
I think it was first.
Dude, that one. That is what I was like, holy shit.
It was either first or second, but
I love Cyclops.
Yeah. And when Storm turned the sand into glass.
Into glass. Oh my God.
Best TV show that Disney Plus has put out.
Its only competition would be like Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3 heard it. I'm not counting Clone Wars, even though, you know, season 7 did happen because of them.
Yes.
But the majority of that show is not Disney Plus. Neither is Rebels.
Loki.
Okay. I think it might be the best, man.
I think.
Because that was just consistently peak Marvel animation.
Man, it is tough because first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian were great.
Yeah.
I do think season 3 does hurt it. At the end of the day, it's all about consistency. If you can keep this up.
It is,
like with anything, even professional sports. Anyone can you can have a great season.
Yeah.
But how many more times can you do that?
Dude, there's honestly nothing worse with a TV show than being let down by it.
Right.
Like, especially when you know it has the capability of being amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, obviously that's why I feel like I just always go back to Game of Thrones. But, you know, Game of Thrones, it's like we know how amazing of a show it could have been. And then, like, the final seasons just absolutely hurt it, which is why I cannot call it the greatest show of all time. It had all the potential to be the greatest show of all time, and then just face planted at the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't say Mandalorian face planted.
No.
But he definitely tripped up.
He can still get back up, though.
We'll see.
Well, I don't know. They're making a movie now.
Yeah.
Mandalorian and Grogu. It is.
Honestly, that title right there makes me not want to go see it.
X-Men 97 or Netflix's Daredevil.
Has that been going around too? Or is that just you?
Shout out to Real Talk Podcast, because I saw they were going over this on their huge collab with Soups, Alex Coleman, Alex from the Escape Pod, Sammy J Reacts. They were going through if X-Men 97 was better than these certain shows.
Yeah.
Daredevil, Netflix was one of them. Mandalorian. They were going season by season though. So like season 2 or season 1 of The Mandalorian. And then Alex hopped on here with the hot take. I don't think this is as hot of a take as maybe some of them reacted to. Alex said he would take X-Men 97 over any live action X-Men movie, which
I wouldn't say that's a very hot take.
I wouldn't say so either.
I mean, like maybe when it comes to, you know, movies like Logan.
Right. Logan, Days of Future Past.
Even Deadpool, you know, Deadpool's a great one.
The only thing that I wouldn't put X-Men 97 over would possibly be
Days of Future Past. I like that movie, but
no, I mean I agree.
I don't hold that in like as high of esteem. Yeah.
No, right. I agree. I would definitely put X-Men 97 over Days of Future Past.
I would put it over 90% of the X-Men things that we've seen live action.
I don't think I would put it over Logan.
Yeah,
Maybe not Logan.
That's hard to do.
That's hard to do.
But
it does.
I think it's definitely a competitor for
Absolutely,
sure. And if they consistently make more, seasons like this,
Yeah.
I think it could easily surpass Logan.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I
Like
think
if they have this level of content,
yes.
For like 3 more years, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me you could only have Logan, you could only have this 2-hour movie, or you could have all these seasons of X-Men 97. I'm going to pick X-Men 97 if it continues to be this good.
Yeah, and even regarding to the original trilogy of the X-Men movies, like the first 2 are good, and then the third one, I know a lot of people like have that one as the last stand drop off. But when you hold in my opinion, the X-Men movies to some of the other superhero movies that we have gotten in the last 15 years, X-Men movies aren't really that high in my regard to the other superhero movies we've gotten.
No, they're not. Like, X2 is everybody says X2 is the best one of that original trilogy, but
I still wouldn't have X2 above Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2.
No.
I wouldn't have it above Logan. I wouldn't have it above.
It's kind of middle on that list of all the movies.
Mm-hmm. Now I will say the hot take that Alex did give us on Real Talk podcast was that he said season 2 Loki was a miss, which I don't think it was.
I don't know what that kid's smoking.
Oh shit! Shout out Alex, we love you. He knows that. One thing that was taken to another level in this show was the fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said earlier, the fight scenes in the X-Men 97 really showed us the capability of their powers, more so than ever.
Dude, I think it was also in the first episode, and it wasn't even anything crazy. But just the way they used their powers is what was so impressive to me. Like Cyclops using his blast to move him across, like it helped him like dodge faster. Yeah. Like just shit like that.
Well, and the teamwork as well.
Yeah. With them combining their powers and everything. Yeah.
And the first one with Wolverine and Gambit as well. Fire.
Yeah.
Was there what's the best fight scene though in X-Men 97?
Dude, they started off strong with Storm turning the sand to glass. That is up there for sure.
I think in regards to the best fight scene, you got to go the one in episode 5 on Genosha.
Yeah.
Gambit, Magneto, Rogue.
Dude, honestly, I was watching that. I was like, bro, Gambit, I didn't know you were like that, bro.
Yeah, because they don't know how to fucking do Gambit right.
I didn't know you were like that.
Gambit was like that.
Yeah.
I loved Gambit.
Gambit X-Men was great.
97.
I liked him a lot.
Yeah, clearly they do not know how to do them in any live action. What about X-Men Origins, man? They did go with him.
John Carter, baby.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Bro, they made him such a goofball.
I really like the fight scene with Wolverine and Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
And I think it was episode 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I got 6 reasons for you.
Yes.
Make that 9.
Yeah, make that 9. That shit was great.
Yeah.
Again, another sick one-liner. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a fantastic fight scene as well.
It was really good.
Beautiful teamwork in this show of the X-Men powers.
I will say one thing that one part that I did like was Rogue when she was like, getting revenge for Gambit.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was a badass, honestly.
Rogue
she was kicking ass.
Fucking badass.
Yeah. Again, another character that the movies did dirty.
Oh yeah.
My God.
But again,
dude, she did like nothing in the X-Men trilogy.
Well, also again, in the X-Men trilogy though, it's like, okay, whose powers did she absorb?
Yeah.
I
mean, I guess, but like I don't know, give her something, because all she can do is steal, she's a energy vampire.
Yes.
And that's all she does. And I get that that's still a thing in X-Men 97, but she could at least do something.
But at the time, who did Fox have the rights to for her to steal certain powers?
I don't know, man. Make up a fucking character at that point. Like, I was just sick of her being there like, oh my God, I hurt you. I'm so sorry. That's like all she did. One character I'm glad they had in this, though, was Morph One, he was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Two, he was basically just like a bunch of cameos of other characters.
Yes.
I thought that was cool.
Which there was a lot of cameos in the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite one that Morph transformed into was Hulk.
Yeah.
That one was good.
That's pretty cool. Bro, he turned into Juggernaut.
That's right.
That was sick.
And then during that the last few episodes as well, we saw Spider-Man, which now people are curious, are they going to be
doing a Spider-Man series? Yeah.
Like the 90s one that they had, the animated show they had in the 90s. Are they going to be bringing that back?
Bro, what if they just bring back every 90s animated show?
Honestly, the 90s animated shows were fire.
Good.
We didn't watch X-Men 90s or X-Men, the animated show in the 90s, but we did watch the Spider-Man 90s one.
Yeah.
I got them on fucking VHS.
Yeah, we know what that is.
Yeah. We saw Daredevil. Obviously, we saw Iron Man, Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
What other cameos? Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of shocked you knew who that was. Did you know that beforehand or no?
Well, when I first saw it, I was like, wait, who's that again?
They did a show for them.
Yes, I do remember them doing a show.
It didn't go well.
No. What other ones did we see?
That's Samurai, but I don't know his name.
Silver Samurai.
Yeah,
Silver Samurai. Omega Red.
Yeah. At the end, that was definitely Apocalypse. At the end there, when they went back into the past, that was Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, show ended on a big cliffhanger that can easily lead into a great season 2 as well. This is gonna be interesting now. Season 2, them having to Bishop and Forge traveling from
I'm looking forward to seeing more Bishop because I like Bishop's character a lot, but
he had to leave.
He left.
So yeah, season 2 it has a great setup for that to be a great story as well. All right, Garrett. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. What the fans really want to know. Maybe some rankings, some favorite characters. Yeah. Top 5 favorite characters of X-Men 97.
I was struggling to figure out my number 5 slot, but first off, I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Rogue because of how badass she was.
Honorable mention.
Yes, honorable mention, bro.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not crazy because that girl, as much as
no, go ahead. Honorable mention. Who's your top 5?
I didn't like how much she was fucking with Remy. That's what's pissing me off. That's what I didn't like.
Okay.
Okay. She was fucking with him too much. And I respect the revenge path she went on afterwards. That was awesome. And she was badass and powerful, but she was fucking around too much, man. And
okay.
I didn't love it. And then I'm gonna do another honorable mention of Nightcrawler.
Okay.
I love Nightcrawler.
Valid.
But we just don't get to see too much of him. All right, but at number 5, I have Jean Grey.
Okay.
This is honestly, she is one of the main focuses of this entire story. So I felt like I had to put her on here. And dealing with Mr. Sinister shit and dude, that episode where where they were fighting Madeline Pryor when she was evil and everything, and she
Goblin
was
Queen.
and she put them in their own heads. That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
that was wild. And not to mention just how powerful of a character she is in general. So I just had to put a respectable Jean Grey at number 5.
Okay.
At number 4 though, I have Gambit.
Okay.
I loved Gambit in this series. Bro made the heroic sacrifice fighting against the Master Mold. And bro, he blew that shit up. The entire thing.
To be honest, I truly didn't know how powerful he could be.
I didn't either.
So I was glad that we got a good interpretation of Gambit.
Dude, when he was running up to Master Mode, I was like, okay, he's about to get his ass. And then he got stabbed. And I was like, oh. But then he blew it up. So yeah, no, put some respect on my boy Gambit's name. He went crazy. At number 3, I have Storm. Love Storm. Loved her story. Bro, she was going through it in this in this series.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
literally,
she had her own little storyline going.
yeah, like literally probably one of the most powerful X-Men
Absolutely.
that got her powers taken away. An Omega level mutant.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. And she took that hit for Magneto, bro. And that whole what was it called? What was that thing called? The antagonist? Or what was it?
Oh.
The owl.
Something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember, but dude, she was going through her like a whole mental strife that I don't know. I loved her side story with Forge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, speaking of Magneto, he's my number 2.
Okay.
Loved Magneto. Man was dropping one-liners left and right.
Mm-hmm.
He was speaking in quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just absolutely loved it.
Dropping bars.
Absolute bars. And again, just absolute badass.
Yeah.
Like when that meteor was falling from the sky, I was like, they're fucked unless he wakes up. I'm like, only my boy Magneto is saving the world today. Only my boy Magneto.
Bro, even 2 episodes before that, when he altered the world's magnetic energy, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Just put out a permanent EMP on the world's electricity. Crazy. He was like, all right, I'm done. I am done apologizing. Yeah, he just,
all right, Homelander.
But bro, at my number 1 spot, never thought I'd ever say this, Cyclops.
Wow.
Cyclops.
He was a fantastic character.
He was so good.
Way better than the movies ever have done.
Dude, and when he got angry and used his powers to full force.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just absolutely beautiful animation. And the pain in his screams, loved it.
Yeah, I never thought that would be number 1.
Never thought it would be number 1 for me.
Favorite characters of X-Men.
Nope.
In the show.
But I absolutely loved Cyclops. Just like probably just the best person. Like as, just as like a morally good person of the entire group. I feel like my list is going to be quite different than yours.
Honestly, low key, maybe not so much maybe characters, but in terms of placement.
Okay.
So my top 5 favorite characters in X-Men 97. Remember, it's favorite.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions, definitely got to go to Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Morph,
yeah.
And I was a fan of Jubilee. I know people weren't really a fans of their episodes.
No,
but
I know. Like everybody hates on Jubilee, but I was like,
I like Jubilee.
This one actually made me like her. Like I did not dislike Jubilee.
No, I like Jubilee in X-Men 97. 5, I got Cyclops. I think that may seem a little low.
What?
That doesn't mean he's not a great Look, this is just my favorite of the show.
Damn. I was loving my boy Cyclops.
No, I loved him. This is a heavy top 5 right here.
Oh.
It's a heavy top 5.
All right.
4, I got Storm. You knew Storm.
You're like the opposite of mine. What the fuck?
I know. Obviously, Storm was going to appear on this list.
Yeah.
Just a god.
Bro, she's a goddess.
A god.
She's an actual goddess.
A goddess in this show. 3, I got Rogue.
Dang.
I really loved Rogue in this. I will give it to you. She did fuck with my boy Gambit.
Yeah.
But
I was not, honestly, like, had she not done that, she would 100% been in my top 5.
But like,
and I still like her. Like, I don't dislike Rogue.
It makes sense though. Magneto is the only one that her powers, it doesn't affect.
I mean, I get it. Yeah. It's definitely, touch has always been a conflict for her. But
physical touch is very important. We're talking about the human aspect.
But hey, man, it goes deeper than touch. It goes deeper than the skin, and she realized that as soon as he was gone.
That's why I do love Rogue in the show,
because she acknowledged that.
Yes, and there is a revenge tour for Gambit.
Yeah.
So I do love Rogue.
All right.
2 Magneto.
All right.
2 Magneto.
What's that?
Yeah, what's number 1? Hey, 2 Magneto, man. This dude, clearly whoever was writing for Magneto, Brian DeMeo did a fantastic job with Magneto, just dropping bars after bars. Like, These might be the coldest lines that we've ever seen from a villain.
Yeah.
It's very possible. Number 1, my favorite character in X-Men 97 was Gambit.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I also suck for Gambit.
Interesting.
And I wasn't, honestly, after watching the first few episodes, I wasn't sure how much I would like Gambit.
I wasn't sure how much of a role he'd have to play.
That too.
But then, yeah, honestly, with the love triangle, with him, Magneto, and Rogue, obviously he became a big part. That became a big part of the story. But
And then episode 5 happened. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
Dang.
He's my favorite. The name's Gambit. Mon ami.
Yeah.
Remember it. The title of the episode. Boom.
What a way to go out.
One of the best lines in the whole show. Jesus Christ.
Wait, so did you not put Cyclops?
No,
you
he
had
was
him
five.
at
He was 5.
You
He
had
was
him
5.
at
He was 5. Yeah.
I was like,
No, I had to put Cyclops in there.
I might be willing to make a trade. I feel like I keep doing this now, but I might be willing to make a trade to put Rogue at 5.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't have Rogue in there.
Yeah. I think
Criminal, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think Rogue at 5 is probably
Jean Grey was definitely more of a storyline.
Yes.
A heavy focus.
But I feel like she was another character that kind of took a backseat a little bit.
Maybe towards the end.
Towards the
the end.
She was obviously a big part in the beginning.
Yeah.
But
Also, not to mention Rogue's fight against Bastion in the end, too.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rogue top 3, for sure.
I don't know about top 3, but
Rogue top 3.
I will make the trade. I'll put Rogue at 5. I will make that trade.
Now with the live action X-Men movie moving forward as well, a lot of people are going to be speculating who would they cast. But I know our friend Snowden wanted to hop on here and talk about who we should fan cast in the X-Men movie. So we'll save that for another time.
I suck at fan casting.
I do too. So maybe it's a good thing that we'll have someone come on here. And
I really suck at it.
I'm not good at fan casting.
No, like people think like I swear we get those questions all the time.
All
like,
the time.
Who do you think should play this character? Blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't know
Because in reality,
I don't interpret.
Yeah.
I interpret. I don't give ideas.
So yeah, maybe it'll be best that we have someone on here to hop on and talk about who they should fan cast in the X-Men movies. So there you have it. A little review on X-Men 97. I don't. It's funny. We haven't talked about anything that we didn't like about the show, but there's really not much that I didn't like about the show because I also don't know too much lore about the X-Men.
Yeah.
So like whatever they were throwing at us, I was like, you know what? Cool. Yeah, sure. Even the Jubilee episode, I didn't mind.
Yeah. No, honestly, I don't. Obviously, that one was definitely the one that felt like a filler episode.
Right.
But I mean, sometimes you need that to like introduce other characters.
Yeah.
Just like have like a little B story.
Well, you don't like filler episodes in other shows?
I know, but
Like,
this one was actually good.
well,
And also,
they're usually 6 episodes with other Disney Plus shows, and they try to throw a filler in there for us.
Yeah, this was a 10 episode series.
Yeah.
So there was at least a little more. And that was the only episode I watched where I was like, this is clearly a filler episode.
And for animated shows, they were a decent length. Like the last few, they started getting around like 40, 45 minutes.
Dude, this was plenty of time to, have an episode like that.
Week by week, people were excited.
And it actually developed their relationship.
Yeah.
Sunspot and Jubilee.
I do wish, even though I do like that they are dropping it week to week, like a regular TV show would be, I do hate that it does release at 12 a.m. Pacific time, 3 a.m. Eastern time. Like, why not?
Yeah,
why not
7 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah, why not do like 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific time?
6 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, so that everyone could watch it together.
Yeah, like when they get home at night.
Oh yeah, the Twitter frenzy would be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's the only thing I do miss about. Yeah, that's the only thing I do miss about TV shows dropping around that time. Is like,
why drop it at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, 3
Who
a.m.
the fuck's gonna watch that?
No one's gonna be fucking up, and then I gotta wait till the next day, and then I got a busy morning. I gotta take care of some things, and then I'll get around to it.
Yeah,
like if you drop it,
it just feels like you're out of the loop by then because you always have those crazy people who do stay up that late.
Drop it at 9 p.m. I'm ready to go, baby. Yeah, fantastic show. Looking forward to season 2. It's already in the animation stage, so seems like we will be getting it next year. Highly recommend it.
I would definitely give this like 9.5 stars.
9 stars?
Or
9.5 out of 10.
Sorry. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say around that. Yeah, 9.5. All right. Thanks for chatting X-Men with us. We'll probably be doing a X-Men run through of the franchise leading up to Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mhm.
Watch the originals, watch the Deadpool movies, the Logan movies.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them, but we'll get a franchise ranking in there leading up to Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, hype for that movie.
I've never seen Dark Phoenix, so
Oh shit, neither have I.
yeah.
I literally forgot that one even exists.
Yep.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It did not get good reviews when
Nobody
it came
said
out.
it was good.
No. Whew. All right. That does it for this episode. Thanks again for listening to us geek it up with you. As always, with me, my co-host Garrett. We'll see you next time on Blake's Takes.
See you guys.
Oh, we'll see you next time for Furiosa. So fucking pumped for Furiosa. All right. See you next time on Blake's Takes, everyone.